like you, that type of outcome when you hit the 3-wood off the ground, you felt so confident, you really were looking forward to, there's nothing better than flushing that 3-wood off the ground, is there? So we've got to make sure we can do it a little bit more regular. I mean, we're going to hit bad shots, that's golf, that's inevitable, but in teaching the last couple of days, there's been 3 different faults that I've identified that I hope can help you stop topping the 3-wood. Fault number 1 is the golfer moving too far in front of the ball on the way down, and that's very much the shot I just showed you there at the start of the video. Golfers get to the top, they might have a good setup position, good ball position, which we're going to come to in a second, and they get to the top of the backswing, and the very first movement on the way down is to start pushing the body towards the front foot, because they know they were trying to hit down on the golf ball. Now, we do hit down on the golf ball even with a 3-wood, but it's only going to be 1 or 2 degrees, so it's literally not enough that you could even notice it. But golfers, if we start trying to push forwards to kind of purposely hit down on the golf ball, we're more than likely to get too far ahead of the golf ball, and that is exactly what that shot was just then, moving the upper body too far forward and then creating that top shot. We've got to stay away from that shot. You can also move too far behind the ball. So many golfers maybe go into it with a different mindset of, I'm trying to help to get this up into the air, because they know in general that the 3-wood is a low lofted club and it just doesn't go very high. So how can they make it go higher? Well, natural instincts will tell us we're going to use our upper body to lean back. The left shoulder's going to go up, the right shoulder's going to go down for right-handed golfers, and more often than not, again, I would see a golfer from this situation thin it because the club doesn't really land, and if you go to a little bit more of an extreme and the club comes in maybe ½ an inch higher, very, very easy to top it. Also with that shot, you can catch it very fat. You can hit the ground before the golf ball as well if the upper body kind of tilts too far away from the target or too far away from the ball during the downswing, and those faults are very easy as well. Especially, don't forget, we are using a very long club. It's a very difficult club and difficult shot to produce time and time again, but if you want to do it, then it's a shot that can definitely help get you on the green and lower scores. The third most common fault is quite simple really, it's ball position. I see it go way too far forward as if they were hitting a driver, and I see it come way too far back as if you're hitting a 7-iron, because again there's that confusion of how do we hit it, what's the angle of attack, what's the vertical angle of the club coming back down to the ball, what does it need to be to execute this shot to the best of your ability. And generally, if the ball goes too far forward, you're likely to top it, and if it goes too far back, you're likely to fat it. So you're neither hitting a 7-iron or a driver, and that's what makes this shot ever so difficult. So we've identified how and why you hit the bad shot. Now let's identify how we're going to hit a good shot. Alright, so the process I like to take my players on through this is, first of all, it's ball position. It's making sure that we get the correct width of stance and we get the correct ball position and the understanding of angle of attack for this type of shot. So we're going to help you build, we're going to build the stance like so, putting the feet together in front of the golf ball. We're going to take a small step with the front foot and a bigger step with the back foot, and by making a bigger step with the back foot, we put the ball position slightly further forward, so it's right slap bang in the middle of a 7-iron and a driver. All right, so the next thing we've got to make sure, the next checkpoint we like to see with the 3-wood off the ground and stopping the top shot is head and spine position. Like so I mentioned before, one of the key things, or two of the key things I see, is the upper body and the head going too far forward in the downswing or coming too far back in the downswing. So an understanding of where we need to have the head and the spine angle. Now, if we think about setup position again for a second, once we've got the ball position ever so slightly forward of center, we've therefore moved it to kind of for right-handed golfers again, to the left side of the chest. So we've moved it just forward of the spine angle, therefore it's just in front of the head position as well. And that's really where we want to deliver the impact position to as well. I want to come back down into impact with my lower body out towards a target, my weight moving in towards my left-hand side, but my upper body staying if I put a circle around my head, my upper body staying in pretty much the same position it started. Never want to see it drop and drop back, and I never want to see it kind of push forwards towards the target either. So it's massively important again that the head position and the spine position stays the same. So we're still rotating, we're not getting static. I'm still turning the shoulders, still getting the height with the arms, still rotating the hips, still attacking the golf ball, but I'm attacking the golf ball with my lower body. I'm not trying to steer the golf ball, I'm not trying to help the golf ball up, I'm not trying to down on the golf ball using my upper body. I'm trying to make sure my lower body really turns and drives into impact as I come back down. So then my upper body just needs to stay in place and deliver that club and just keep my swing arc in the vertical sense working down towards the golf ball, gliding across the grass to gather the golf ball up on the way through. As soon as we start to move the upper body with the head and the spine angle and the shoulders, we're going to be in all sorts of trouble, guys. So we've got to really make sure that from that setup position we can kind of maintain a lot of it in regards to the head and the spine angle position, letting the lower body be a little bit more aggressive and getting forwards, but keeping the head in the position relative to the ball that it started, not increasing the position backwards or forwards, because that's just only going to be to the detriment of the golf shot. So this video hasn't really spoken at all about swing path, but it has identified, in my opinion, the 3 most important areas that you need to understand whilst hitting 3-woods. And if you're hitting any bad 3-woods, try and figure out, take a video of yourself and try and figure out why that bad shot has occurred. And hopefully this video can help eliminate a couple of those faults as well. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Slightly different format. I thought I'd give it a try. If you've enjoyed it, please do hit that like button. Also comment below. And if you're brand new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you again very soon.